Well, I'll add my welcomes to Girls. It's great to see everyone. So we'll launch right into our meditation this evening. It's a beautiful dusk here, perfect time to be meditating. So you can close your eyes. Check in with your posture. Mm. And for those of you who are new, we always like to attend particularly to the alignment of the spinal column. Aiming to situate it so that it's kind of the axle around which your shoulder girdle floats. If you need to make any small adjustments to your posture, you can do that. Then just check to see if there are any parts of your body that are tense or tight, and breathe into those places, allowing the tension to melt away. Mm. And now turn your attention to your breath. Just observing the breath. Nothing that you have to do. Just be aware of the breath. Now begin to follow the breath with your awareness up the spine as you inhale. Letting your attention sweep up the spine like a spotlight following an object, so that you reach with your attention the top of the head at the point that you complete the inhalation. And then on exhalation, follow back down the spine with your attention. Synchronizing the sweep of your attention with the flow of the breath. And now if you can keep that going and add the sound, imagining the sound so as you inhale and hum as you exhale. Inhaling so, upward. Exhaling hum, back down. combining the breath with the focus of attention and the sound, all three. Inhaling upward with the sound so, and downward with the sound hum. And of course, if your attention wanders off, just bring it back gently, patiently. And for those who are accustomed to this practice, if you'd like, you can add a little feature to this, which is stretch out your inhalation a little longer so it lasts longer than your inhalation. Continuing with so upward, hum downward, and if you wish, extending the exhalation so it is finer and finer and finer until it ends, and then inhalation begins spontaneously. So there's a gentle restraining of the exhalation to stretch it out, allowing it to happen only a little bit at a time. And then surrender to the inhalation. Following it up with the sound so, and then hum, stretching out the hum. So we say there is a bit of tapas surrounding the exhalation, containment, restraint. And then there's the burst of spontaneous inhalation, which celebrates what we call spanda, spontaneity. Continuing to focus on connecting the attention with the breath and the sound. As you contain the exhalation slightly, Then surrendering to the inhalation, allowing it to find its way into all parts of your lungs, your chest. And if it's too many balls to juggle at once, just come back to the spine, inhaling up the spine, exhaling down. Make that very simple. And when that's on track again, you can add the soul and the hum. Don't force any of it. Just allow it. Now just drop the extension of the exhalation, letting the breath be as long as it wishes or short. Continue the focus up the spine and down. Continue the sound soul hum. Now you can let the sounds go and just focus on following the breath up on inhalation and down on exhalation. If the sounds keep going, it's okay. Let them do it what they want to. But you don't have to make an effort to do it. Just follow the breath up and follow the breath down. Now, in the next exhalation, let the attention sweep down from the top of the head only as far as the heart center and come to rest at the heart center. Remembering that the seed sound connected with the heart center is the sound yum. And you can let the sound yum help you land fully at the heart center. melting into that spot, the heart center. With the sound yum, 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 yum. Just enjoy being there for a few moments. Mm. Once you're fully settled at the heart center, you can begin to explore expanding your awareness from the heart center out through your right arm to your right hand. So you don't lose your focus at the heart center, you just extend it out to include the arm and the hand. Then extend it out to the left, the arm and the hand. Now you have this expanded heart center. And let's now extend it up toward the crown of the head. With inhalation, if you wish. And now let's extend it down towards your feet and into the earth a bit. So now we have a more expanded, still more expanded experience of the heart center. But we're still anchored at the center of that expanse, at the heart center itself. Notice what that feels like. And from the heart center, we're going to move out into connection with the space around us, moving your fingers a bit, your toes a bit, your head a bit. Still grounded at the heart center, anchored at the heart center, centered at the heart, however you want to think of it. And if you'd like, you can bring your palms to cover your eyes. It's a gentle way to return. And after you enjoy that darkness for a few minutes, a few moments, you can begin to lower your hands and open your eyes and keep your gaze fixed on your palms. It's a very gentle transition. into reconnecting with the external world. So welcome back. You can take a minute to unfold your limbs or give your body a little attention. It feels kind of stiff from sitting. And then if anybody has questions, comments, sharing about your experience, anything you'd like to bring forward, just say your name and then speak. You have to unmute yourself if you're muted. Mm-hmm. It would be probably helpful to you and to everyone else if you'd like to share what that meditation was like for you.
This is George Bashirs. About halfway through, I noticed a lot of tension, almost like electric kind of tension in my left leg, sort of left hamstring and calf.
Yeah, George, you want to say yes?
Yes.
Got to say your name. Yeah. In specific parts of your body or just all through, or?
It was really my left leg and the left hamstring and calf. The back of my leg had this electric charge to it. I felt that sometimes before, but it came in really strongly this time.
Yeah, it's always happening. These energetic things, and we, as a rule, ban them from our awareness. Like, it's just too much. I can't be aware of all that. But it is a good thing when they become part of your awareness. You're integrating more of the subtle aspect of your being when you begin to have a conscious appreciation of what's going on in that realm. Thank you for that question, that comment. Anybody else have something they'd like to share or speak about?
I'm Randy. This is my first time doing meditation, and
Good.
I feel more relaxed and unwound, similar to the feeling I would have when I finished a good massage, as far as being more at peace. And I thank you for the session.
Great. Yes, it's a wonderful world to explore and find your way into a state that's more relaxed, so that you can do that when you want to, instead of wondering, I wish I could, how could I feel relaxed? But you will know how to get there. So it's like opening the door to a new compartment of your life. Welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations.
Is it ever possible to actually make the so sound while you're inhaling?
Say that again.
Can you actually make a sound so while you're inhaling?
Make a sound when you're doing.
Well, it's the sounds I was talking about in the meditation are actually silent.
Yes.
I mean, you're imagining the sounds, right?
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, some practices actually make the sound vocally, where you would be able to hear it, but that is generally not considered as helpful as working with the inner sounds that aren't actually vocalized, because the vocalization can kind of distract you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Hi, Swami Ravi. It's Ravi.
Yes.
It's Jonathan from New York. When I breathe in, I feel as soon as it gets to the heart, it starts feeling really great. And then it goes to the throat, even better. And then to the third eye area. And it just feels so good that I really don't want to breathe it back down, or it's really hard to bring it back down. It really wants to just, I want to stay there, but I have to push it down to breathe it down. But it's not as easy. It comes up easy and I start to really feel it in the heart, then upward, but much harder to breathe it down.
Yeah, well, that's a good sign. So maybe you can allow a little more time for your meditation so you can spend more time up there and don't have to rush back.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great.
Hi, Rudyji. It's Carlos Covarrubias in Boston.
Carlos,
I had a
hi.
question about the breathing. When I was doing the slow breath out and then just letting the breath spontaneously come back with the inhale, I wasn't sure what to do with my belly, because sometimes it would just kind of drop open and it'd be sort of a rush of air for the inhale. But at other times I felt like in order to really get breath that felt a little bit sweeter, I would not let that happen. So I wasn't sure if you were wanting us to kind of have a little bit of a sharp inhale, like when you're talking about the spanda and the spontaneity, or if you wanted something a little bit more controlled or slower.
Well, this particular breathing technique is actually focused on allowing the spontaneity of the breath. Because when we do breathing practices, people often get so caught up in, I've got to do it right, and controlling the breath that it loses some of its vitality. So in this case, the containment is with the exhalation. So you're containing the exhalation and containing it and not stopping it, just slowing it down until finally your body wants to take a breath, so it does. So the emphasis here is to then allow that to happen. If it's a violent gasp for air, then maybe you stretched it out too long. So you stretch it out until you feel the spontaneous inclination to inhale, and then allow the inhalation rather than deliberately, mechanically inhaling. Just allow the inhalation to happen on its own.
Yeah, and I felt like when I let my belly just sort of inhale, that it was a little bit sort of sharp at first, but then as my lungs filled, it was, you know, it was fine. It was,
Yeah, that's fine. That's
okay.
fine. Just observe it. You know, like, okay, I'm going to understand my breath better if I let it do what it wants to do and watch. That's kind of the attitude.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Anyone else?
Roger here, Rudyji. I was wondering,
Yes.
as I breathe out and extend the out breath, I find
Go ahead.
I have much more
It's
control.
our internet connection is not very good, so I'm not hearing you.
Okay, I'll get closer.
Now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. In the out breath, when I extend the out breath much longer, I have much more facility controlling the breath if I breathe out through my mouth. Is that an issue, or should I relearn to breathe out through my nose to extend that breath?
I missed so much of that, but I'm not hearing. It's
Okay.
not coming through. Can you say it again?
Yes. And breathing out, okay, and extending the out breath to doubling that to the in breath. I find it a lot easier to breathe out and control the out breath through my mouth than through my nose.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's fine. I mean, do it that way for a while, until you get sort of the hang of it, and then see if you can move back to nose breathing, because that's generally more useful. There's so many nerve endings inside the lining of the nose that the breath stimulates, that to get the full effect of breathing techniques, it's much better to do them through the nose than through the mouth.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking that. Well, I apologize for our bad internet connection. We're working on trying to get a better setup, but in the meantime, it requires a lot of patience on everybody's part. So thank you all for coming. And Carol, do you have any announcements? You do.
Thank you, everybody, for joining this evening. I didn't mention it before, but we are recording tonight, which we do every Sunday evening. So if you missed something in this session, you can find this recording on our Dancing Shiva YouTube channel. You can also go back and see previous recordings on Sunday night on the channel. So if you're new to us and you want to hear some of the variety of things that we've been doing for the last couple months, there's meditations and talks and readings and satsangs and discussions. So check it out. For next week, we will make an announcement this week. We'll send out an announcement for this week. We're not quite sure what it will be. If it will be another satsang or a discussion with a student or a book reading, we'll let you know. So stay tuned. Thank you all for joining. And if you would, go ahead and unmute and say goodnight. And thank you for being here.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, Ravi G. Good night, Carol. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night. Good night. Good night.